Welcome, garden friends. Thanks for taking a little bit of time out of your garden to come visit mine. We picked the perfect days to film. I just looked at the radar. There is an intense front about 45 minutes away from here, so we're going to get our work done. First off, no matter what time of the year it is, take it from the cheapest gardener out there. Look for bargains. I got these hanging baskets cheap, you know, getting to that summer part where they're trying to get rid of stuff, but any time of the year, take your time, look around the nursery, and get some bargains. All right, let's get in the garden and get some work done. We're doing one of my favorite garden jobs. We're removing the seed head from the garlic. It's called a scape, S-C-A-P-E. And we're doing this because we want the plant to put all its energy into making a big bulb instead of making these seeds. And this is just so easy. We're going to cut these off, and then we're going to make them into pesto. This is the same sort of thing. Let's say that you're deadheading a flower because you want the flower to continue to bloom, or this would work for an onion where if the onion goes to seed, we want the bulb to get bigger, not spend all this energy making seeds. I've got lots of garlic throughout the garden. I'm going to cut all these scapes off, and meet me over at the picnic table there. We're going to have ourselves some fun. I'm going to leave a handful of these scapes in the garden because what's so cool about them, there's enough energy in the stalk that it will create seeds in here, what we call little bulb bells. They're a clone of the bulb down below, only they're small, and they have a little papery sheath on them, so it's not good for the kitchen, but we'll eat them raw out here in the garden. Tastes great. The smell, depends on who you ask. I think it smells like heaven. Well, the skies are looking ominous, but we'll see if we can get this done. We're going to make my famous garlic scape pesto, one of my family's favorite recipes, but there's no recipe. We're just going to throw some scapes in here. I like to use a hard cheese called Parmesan Reggiano, but you can use any hard cheese. Some good extra virgin olive oil, Robusto, and some hazelnuts. But you can use pine nuts, walnuts, anything you want to use. And all we really need to do is get the consistency right. So some cheese, some nuts, and don't overdo it on the nuts. You can always add more. Some oil. I think I need more scapes in there though. Okay. Oh, I wish you could smell this. Even before I started, I wish you could smell it. All right, guys, get down in there. Do your thing. Looking good, smelling great. Always a couple scapes that want to stick up here. That's going to be nice. That smells great. Touch more oil. Then we'll get a taste. Got some kick to it too. When Werner from Davey Tree comes, I'm going to surprise him, see if he likes garlic and see if he'll try some of this. Oh, that's so good. I think we got it. Got the right amount of nuts in there, texture's right. Let's taste some cheese. All right, we're going to get ready to serve. I've really been enjoying working for Farm to Table of Western Pennsylvania, and I'm doing a project in Wilkinsburg where we're planting gardens in these 15-gallon pots. These come from a company called Root Pouch, and they're made from recycled water bottles. and check out this little video of our second meeting. We're doing a little bit of planting.
The GWCAA, Community Advancement Association, is really invested in the community and wants to build self-reliance and give access to fresh fruits and vegetables to everyone who lives here.
All we're going to have to do is just do this, pull it out. You can see how those roots are holding on. Stick it right in there. Put a little bit of dirt on the, and you're set. This is our second time together. Talk a little bit about what you're using your garden pots for.
I'm enjoying a fresh salad every day. The lettuce is doing great. The collard greens are going crazy, so I get to have greens every day.
We're about to harvest the onions, and the shallots are looking awesome.
Lettuce every day.
Every day we're making salad.
My grandfather, he fed us from our garden from down south. When we came up here, we always had a large garden. He had a whole hillside with a little hut built on it. So it's been a part of my life for all of my life. But I enjoy growing food. Not only that, I enjoy feeding people.
The next time we meet, we're going to plant garlic. Tell me about how exciting that makes it, how excited you are for that.
That's going to be awesome. I mean, that'll be something, a real experience to plant my own garlic and to use it at home myself, not to have to go to the store to get it, can go right outside to the yard. That's going to be awesome. You know, I love garlic and everything.
And then I told you, you and your niece both have to eat garlic. Why?
To cancel each other out so we don't burn off each other's eyelashes and eyebrows.
Did you have fun?
Oh, excellent. Very exciting.
I'm so excited for the tomatoes. Thank you so much.
That was so much fun planting with that group. I can't wait to see how things turn out. A big thank you to Bedner's Farm and Greenhouse for providing all those plants, and Pitt Moss, that's P-I-T-T, not peat moss, for providing the medium that we're growing in. And look at this stuff right here. I'm growing my own garlic in Pitt Moss. We'll be featuring them on a future episode. Now it's time for Talking Trees from the Davey Tree Expert Company. I'm joined by Luke Werner. He's a district manager for the Davey Tree Expert Company in their North Pittsburgh office. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So we're talking, a couple days ago, and you're telling me about what people are calling you about, and look what I have in my garden. Lucky me.
Yes.
What's going on with my maple tree?
Yeah, so you have a couple things going on here. We're getting a lot of phone calls right now. A lot of the maples, are specifically red maples, are defoliating, and they're seeing all these brown spots in the leaves. They're wondering what's going on. And on your leaves here, we can see there's a couple different ones. You can see these little round spots, and then there's the larger blotches, right? So those are two different things. These larger blotches are maple and anthracnose.
That sounds bad.
Yeah, it's not great, but it isn't horrible either. So it is manageable. There are options you can do to take care of it.
And the other thing
is a gall midge. So it's actually a mosquito-like fly that specifically lays its eggs in the underside of red maples, and then kind of a chemical reaction happens, and it gives you these, pretty, if you want to say, little spots on your leaves. The good thing is there isn't too much action that you need to take. A lot of it is aesthetic. Red maples are very strong and are able to overcome a lot of issues like this.
So to tell you the truth, this thing is growing out from underneath my rhododendron. I was going to remove it anyway. Does that solve the problem?
It will solve the problem for this one.
If you had a really nice specimen, though, that had something like this on it, would you treat it, or will it outgrow it?
So the nice thing about leaf diseases is it starts every year. You get a new start every year. So these leaves are going to fall next spring. These trees going to put out new leaves, and it has like another chance to continue to grow and recover. Keeping tree vigor up is the best. So a lot of times this doesn't happen to really healthy trees.
One more thing I'm seeing here. The deer are eating my maple?
Yeah, they seem to eat everything in our area.
Do you talk to clients a lot about that? When you're choosing a tree for a property, is deer a consideration? I think it would have to be.
It's a huge consideration, and you don't want to invest the money and time to put these plants in and ultimately get them eaten. It becomes difficult as well because you look at a tag at the garden center and it says deer resistant, and you plant it, and a couple years later you're starting to get blossoms, you're really excited, and you come out one day and they're gone. It can be incredibly frustrating. So
tell me about it.
Yeah.
This little maple I don't care about, but my lilac, they're not supposed to eat lilacs, they're eating my lilacs. I know there's nothing that's deer proof. Give me one tree that you can put in that you're like, deer resistant?
Yeah, a lot of evergreens, you know, sometimes you'd say spruce, but last year I was driving down the road and, you know, you see a deer ripping a couple limbs off a spruce and you just think, you know, nothing's safe.
I think it's the young deer. They
Yeah.
don't know any better. They're trying things. I have a mountain laurel over here.
Mhm.
That's poisonous to them.
Yeah.
The young ones will come up, they'll say, oh, look at these buds. They'll eat it, they'll go in the woods and sleep it off, and they won't eat it again. But my buds are gone, so the flowers are gone.
Yeah, they have to try to know they're not going to like it.
Tell me a little bit about why this job's right for you.
Well, I kind of found it, you know, through my own path. I loved being outside. I loved, you know, hiking and fishing and hunting, and you know, tried to find a route that took me that direction, and ended up going to school for forestry. You know, got my bachelor's at WVU, and ended up being in urban forestry here in Pittsburgh. And I just love, you know, having a trade and having a skill that not everybody has that I'm able to share and teach people about.
Tell me the feeling, like today, where you look at something, like a normal person that sees this, they're like, oh my gosh, it's dropping its leaves. But tell me the feeling of being able to educate them and that the tree's going to be okay.
Yeah, that's the nice part. When you're able to tell them that, hey, this is just an aesthetic issue. Next year it's going to recover. You know, when you have to go and tell them that it's something that's a little bit more fatal,
Yeah.
you know, that's a little bit harder, but at least they know that they're getting the right and the correct information.
One last question. What do you think about garlic?
I love it.
I got something for you to taste.
Perfect.
Follow me. Get ready for some extreme garlic flavor.
Looks great.
See what you think. You're first.
That is delicious.
All right.
Very good.
You're taking some home
Oh, sounds good to me.
because you have to cancel out anybody else you see. If not, they're going to keep you outside and the family will be inside.
Well
Thanks
worth
again,
it.
buddy.
Thank you.
That did turn out good.
It was very good. Another one.
That was so much fun. Luke was a good sport, wasn't he? He did go home with some of that garlic scape pesto. Now, we were talking about deer-resistant trees. Well, check out this deer-resistant perennial. This is Aurelia Sun King, and just beautiful chartreuse foliage. It does put some flowers on, but they're insignificant. Now, I don't know, though, if this chartreuse is going to go with the pink hydrangea when it blooms, but it's okay. Now, please like, comment, and subscribe. That's how the YouTube analytics work. I appreciate it. Now, until next week, keep planting. We'll see you then.